might have stuffed up. So here's the thing. You're not actually supposed to put soil in a hydroponic kit. And this is why we are learning this together. So what we're going to be doing is skipping the video to tomorrow morning when Bunnings reopens. And I will probably do a bit of a documentary about me making up for my errors and not reading the manual. But there is a very valuable lesson to be learned here. And that is that don't do things without reading the fine print first. So, that being said, please read the manual. Hydroponics is definitely different. You will need a medium, which is koi peat or other mediums like perlite, just to help germinate the seed and get the seed to grow through its roots. So, we're going to find the right koi peat for it tomorrow, and we're going to do it properly. However, it is not over yet. I have, in fact, gone ahead and started to germinate our Carolina Reaper chilies. We'll get them up on the shelf with the other one, see how they're going, and then we'll fast forward to 12 hours, or maybe even a little bit later than that so I can get a sleep in, to when we do get to Bunnings and find out what we've done wrong, fix it. We'll get this all done for you, for ready for tomorrow. So let's fast forward to me then. Alright, chunky chili dudes and dudettes, well, we are back. And as promised, we went and got the things we need to get. We might have got a little bit more than we needed, as per usual. Bunnings is my toxic place of living. I get down there, I get way too much. But we've got what we needed. We went and got ourselves the peat pellet packs inside their little tiny bags. So we're going to set them aside, we're going to put them in the water and let them roll while we get everything else set up. And let's talk about the mystery chilies that we said last night we had. So let's see if I can just pop some of these in and time lapse them for us. Let's see what happens. All right, let's get this going. All right, welcome back. And as you can see, we managed to transport that soil perfectly from the glass over into our hydroponic pad, ready to get started. Now, the soil is nice and moist and warm, which is great, which means it's going to give us a great environment to start germinating those seeds perfectly. So I've taken the liberty of quickly skipping across to the part where we've already put it in. Now, we're going to talk about chili seeds that are going inside this pot plant themselves. What we're going to be looking at are 2 mystery chilies. Comment down below if you can find out what those chilies are going to be. We've gone with Trinidad Scorpions and Butcherlokia Chocolates. We're going to be putting those inside our hydroponics and seeing how they go. We have some other plants that I can't wait to get entirely with, but for starters, we're going to get these in their systems and ready to go, and hopefully we can get them germinating and then grow them inside our hydroponic garden and see how that goes. So, step 1's done. Hydroponic lab is started, ready to go. Step 2, adding the nutrients into the base of the hydroponic lab area and then putting our water in there to help keep this place nice and topped up with its nutrients. Now, koi peat does not hold any form of nutrients whatsoever, but it is a great starter for seeds. This is where the germination process manages to happen the most, is inside the koi peat. It holds the most amount of water in there possible, which means it gives the seed plenty of chances to grow, germinate, and get ready for its first set of leaves. Anything else with soil takes a little bit of time to germinate and it can require extra more sunlight. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and grow this whole process within the hydroponics lab, get it up to at least 3 to 4 leaves before we transport them into the garden and give them transport shock. Obviously, we lost the last 2 Carolina Reaper chili plants doing it that way. I definitely want to prolong them a little bit longer just so I can get the most life and the most rewards out of these chili plants. Cannot wait to get them involved. So without further ado, let's rip these chili plants open. Let's get them in, get the hydroponic nutrients through, and once that's all done, we'll come back and we'll start talking about it all. So we'll start with the Butcherlochia Trinidad Scorpions. Gold, absolute gold. So we're going to pack this all down and we're just going to sprinkle the seeds in 3 different areas. And we're going to pinch the soil together. And down there. Oh, there's so many chili seeds here. I might save some for the other greenhouse garden that we have to rebuild later on. So let's try it this way. We'll go 2 seeds per hole. Alright, that one's done. That's done. And that's done. All right, so Trinidad Scorpion chilies are done. Now I've got still at least 6 more chili seeds here. I'll replant those in our other greenhouse that we have to rebuild later on. So I'm just going to pop those aside and not forget that. And we're going to pre-cap these ones ready to go to say that that part of the greenhouse process is complete for our Trinidad Scorpions. We do have some tags on here. So I'll write Trinidad Scorpions down. I just need to find a Nico pen, which I'll find shortly. And then write Trinidad on this side, and then Butcherlochia on the other side, and we'll see how we go. So let's rip in to the Butcherlochia chocolates. Oh, right off the top, we almost lost one. So let's pack this down. We'll try it a little differently with these ones. I'm going to take a little bit of the soil out, then I'll pack it over the top. See how we go. Now I had to use 2 coir-peats per hydroponic lab just because there was too shallow of a run. Alright. And once again we have an inundation of chili seeds. Be careful not to slap these everywhere. But hopefully this is the last time we have to use, no disrespect obviously because Mr. Fothergills is fantastic, but hopefully we don't have to worry too much about somebody else's chili seeds, and in the next season we can focus on our own chili seeds. And one more for good luck there. Now this little critter that got out before, he can go in here. And I'll take some of these once I'll sprinkle them around. And that last one there. Right in the middle. Alright, so I'll leave those Butcherlochias for later. And we'll pack some soil in over the top of it. And that should help start the germinating process for these seeds. Nice and damp, warm coir-peat, which means it's already set in the right environment. And then I'm just gonna put the rest over the top of the back end of this here. And we're done. So now I can just cap that one there and that one there. And as you can already see, we're starting to develop moisture on the inside of this one here, which is perfect because that is what we need. We want that moisture to start kicking off, and that's what creates that greenhouse effect. So now we can move our butcher Loki's out of the way. We can start focusing on the best part of this, which is the nutrients. So I've got myself a warm bottle of water that I prepared earlier. I'm going to put the measuring on this side now so I can actually see where we're at, and then obviously add our nutrients in a second. All right. And so we're not wasting, I'll pour in the coir peat from before. Just move that over there for a second. I'll pour that coir peat water in as well, so that way we're not wasting unnecessary water. Now I'm only going to fill it to halfway because I don't want to give it too much water for now until they really need that water and the nutrients. But I will start to give it that activator by pouring half a cap of fertilizer into it as well. Beautiful. So that is now done successfully. And now that that part is complete, we can clean up the rest of our mess. And once this is all cleaned up, I'll do a magic click of my fingers, and when we come back, everything should be nice and clean and ready to go for part 2. All right, so we are back, clean, tidy, ready to go to do the last part of this hydroponic kit, which is obviously doing the hydroponic lights. So I'm gonna gently move this out of the way, and let's unbox the homegrown kit together and see how we go. Now, we do have a grow light kit inside here plus a power cable, so finding a power point is going to be the interesting part, but we will get there. Whether or not I have to put it on Son of a Chunk's Tiger stand would be a different story. Alright. Speak of the devil, he has moved into his spot, which I will show you in a second. And has decided to take the place while knocking it all down. Majestic though, very majestic. Oh. Alright. So hydroponic table, light and stand, and the thing we don't read. Again. Maybe. Let's get that out of here. All right, so now we have ourselves a grow lights and planting kit, which has a very big product warning on it that says don't touch, because it's an electrical current, but that's fine. Now, we probably won't be using the light until we see the second seeds. So for now it's going to be all about just obviously getting it into position. So if I go down here like that, see, don't need the manual. There is clips here though, I'm not sure what they're for, but I'm sure that'll come in time. Alright, screw that in. And that's done. And then that goes on top. I'm going to assume just underneath. Like that. Beautiful. So now we have pretty sick, if I may say so myself, grow light. I will quickly try and find me a extension cord, and we're going to light this thing up and just see how it looks for now. Alrighty, so we have finished setting up the hydroponic system and the grow light, which is going to be great. I've plugged it in and I'm going to find a awesome space for it. I think I've got just the one in mind. I have a spare spot in the shoe rack that has a power point right next to it. So remove the golf shoes and put the grow light in there and make sure I don't have to take away from the poor son of a chunks tiger camping spot, which I was going to show you, but he moved. If he does pop up there, I promise I'll add that to the video so you can see this majestic creature in live action. But we're going to fire this thing up. Now, the cool thing about these lights is they have a built-in timing feature. So you're looking at 16 hours on, 8 hours off, and voila. That is going to be pretty darn bright for some growing for the chilies, which is going to be great because I think this is going to help us exponentially, especially when these lights start to take onto the seeds and grow these things crazily. So fingers crossed we get some germination of these seeds and it all goes to plan. And then once that's done, we're going to obviously get them up and going. Now, there is another way to do this in the grow light with just the soil. So I think what we'll do is we'll take the greenhouse effect off the normal pods, and I think we'll start to re-soil those all together, sprinkle the extra chili seeds in that one, and then set the grow light inside there so you guys can actually see how it's going to take its form. So we will take care of all of that in this one. Now, once that's all done, we should be seeing some pretty good chili seeds germinate into some wonderful chili plants ready for harvest. And the good part about this is this grows up to 30 centimeters, so we can actually have quite a decent amount of chili planted through this thing. So hopefully we're going to get these things up and ready to go to transport them out ready for harvest when we have to put them into the ground. So more to come. Obviously, we've got plenty of chili planting to do, and we've still got Backyard Blitz Part 3 to do for that second half of the garden. Can't wait to do that one. But once we do that one, I promise you guys will be the first ones to know about it all happening as it happens. So thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you being on the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment what your favorite part of the video was. Mine was not reading the manuals. I'm sure you'll see that. And we'll see you in the next video for hopefully some updates on how all the chili plants in this madhouse is going. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the video. And like the wise man says himself,
I'm the chunky chili dude. I'm on with the heat.
On with the heat. Fantastic. Thank you so much and have a great day. See ya.